Good morning, dear students. Today I'll be teaching you chapter 1, which is Computer a System. Now, what is a computer? As you have studied in class 1 and 2, that computer is a smart machine. It is an intelligent machine. Okay? We all know that computer is a very useful machine and it is used almost everywhere. What you can do in your computer? You can play games, write letters, drawing pictures, listening to music, store information, solving sums, and there are so many other work that you can do in your computer. We all know that the computer works very fast and it can do many work at the same time. Now, in class 2, you have also studied the different places where the computers are used. Now, let me revise once again. There are so many different places where computers are used, like space research, offices, hospitals, designing, banks, animated movies, airport, defense. And there are so many other places. Now, the next topic in your book is hardware. What is a hardware? Hardware is those parts of your computer which you can touch or feel are called hardware. Now, can you give me some examples like keyboard, monitor, printer, mouse, CPU? These are all the different hardware of a computer. Okay? Physical part means that we can touch and see, that we can touch or feel. We can touch keyboard, we can touch mouse. If you close your eyes and if you touch keyboard, you can identify it very easily because you can touch it and feel it. In the same way, if you close your eyes and put your hand on the mouse, you can touch and feel the mouse and you can recognize that yes, it is a mouse. So that is why all those parts of a computer which we can touch or feel are called hardware. Now let me show you some pictures of hardware parts. You can see all these are hardware. Keyboard, monitor, printer, mouse, CPU, scanner. All these are different hardware. Headphone, printer, okay, speakers. These are all different hardwares of your computer. All right. Now we'll go one by one. The first main part of a computer is monitor. Now, what is a monitor? What does monitor look like? A monitor looks like a television. Monitor looks like a television. Okay? Because whatever work we do on computer, we can see it on the screen. Now, this is whatever work I'm doing, you can see it on your screen. So that is the hardware. Monitor is a hardware because I can touch and feel. And monitor is also a main part of a computer. If you remember class, I have also told you that there are four main parts of a computer. Can anyone name them? Anyone? All right, let me revise. There are four main parts of computer: monitor, keyboard, mouse, and CPU. So what is a monitor? Monitor actually looks like a TV screen. You can see. It displays the work that we do on a computer. Whatever work we do on a computer, we can see it. Okay. It also displays the movement of the mouse pointer on the screen. Now, if you see wherever I'm moving the mouse pointer, you can see it on your screen where the mouse pointer is moving. A monitor is also known as VDU, Visual Display Unit. Okay. And the information, whatever information we see on a monitor is called soft copy. So whatever information I'm seeing right now, you're seeing right now, that is actually a soft copy. Now basically there are three different types of monitor. The first is CRT, that is cathode ray tube. Okay. Now cathode ray tube looks like this. Okay. When I was a student like you guys, okay, when I was studying computer, at that time we were working on cathode ray tube monitor. Okay. A CRT monitor contains a vacuum tube in it. Inside this, you can see on this picture, let me show you. You can see here, this is the internal part of your cathode ray tube. This is where my mouse pointer, you can see the mouse pointer, this is actually a vacuum tube. And these CRT monitors are actually big in size. You can see the size of the CRT cathode ray tube monitor. The size is very big, and it also consumes more power. More power means more electricity. The next is LCD, that is liquid crystal display. Now these days we are using LCD televisions, LCD monitors. You can see how LCD looks like. Let me type LCD monitor. These are your LCD monitor. Okay. The LCD monitor which we are using in our computer lab, that is actually a LCD monitor. LCD monitor has a flat type of screen. You can see the screen is flat. Okay, the surface is flat. It consumes less power, means it consumes less electricity. And the last is LED. LED. The full form of LED is light emitting diode. Now, what is this type of monitor? These monitors have better display. Okay, better display means the screen, the picture that you will see on LED is more clear than your LCD and your CRT. Okay, these are thinner, they are very thin. You can see the size. These are very thin. You can see the edge of these LED monitors. They are very thin and very lighter in weight. Okay, LED monitors use only 40% less electricity, less power than LCDs and CRTs. Only 40% of the electricity is used in LED monitors. These monitors are in maximum use today. Right now, if you go and buy a computer, a laptop, which type of screen you will buy? Which type of monitor you will buy? You will go for LED, because these days the LED monitors are being used. The next main part of a computer is CPU. Now, what is the full form of CPU? CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. We all know that CPU is the brain of a computer. Why it is a brain of a computer? Because it actually processes all the instructions given to the computer, which means whatever work we do, okay, who process the work, who process those instructions, who works on those instructions? The CPU. The CPU solves all the calculations and display the result on the monitor. What does the CPU do? It does the calculation. Okay, it does the calculations, and once the calculation is done, Where we see the answer? We see the answer on the screen of the monitor. It also stores a lot of information. In the CPU only, we whatever we are saving, whatever document, whatever data we are saving in the computer, it is actually saved inside the CPU. Now, a CPU is made up of three main parts. Let's do three parts of CPU. Now, these are the three parts of CPU. ALU, which means arithmetic logic unit. CU means control unit. And MU means memory unit. Now I'll explain you one by one. What is the work of ALU? ALU stands for arithmetic and logic unit. That means this unit actually performs all the arithmetic calculations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. All types of arithmetic calculations is done by ALU, and it also makes logical decisions. Logical decisions means which number is greater than, smaller than, equal to. Okay, so these type of decisions and calculations are done by the ALU. Second is CU. CU stands for control unit. Now, what is the job of control unit? It actually directs different parts of the computer to carry out the instructions. It controls the communication and coordination between input and output device. I'll just give you a small example of traffic policeman. Have you seen traffic policeman? What does he do? What is his job? His job is to give the right direction to the people who are traveling on roads. Okay, so he controls and manages the entire road. Okay, so in the same way, the control unit actually works like a traffic policeman. The control unit controls and manages the working of all the parts of a computer. The last is memory unit. What is the job of memory unit? To store data and instructions. Okay, what is the job of memory unit? To store the data. All right, the next topic is keyboard. The third main part of a computer is keyboard. What is the job of keyboard? Let's find out. A keyboard is used to type the data and instructions into the computer. We all know when we have to do the typing, we do it with the help of the keyboard. Okay, we can press the keys of the keyboard, and with the help of these keys, we can type anything whatever we want. We can type alphabets, we can type numbers, we can type symbols like these symbols. All right, and how many keys are there on a keyboard? There are 104 keys on a keyboard. How many keys are there? 104 keys. Now I'll go one by one. Basically, a keyboard is divided into different groups. Okay, typing keys, control keys, function keys, navigation keys, and numeric keypad. Let's go one by one. Typing keys. What are typing keys? Typing keys are those keys through which we type alphabets, numbers, and the symbols. All these symbols are your typing keys. Okay, control keys. What are control keys? Control keys are those keys which are either used alone or they are used in combination with the other keys. Like, let me make size little bigger. like control key, okay, caps, tab keys, shift keys. Just a minute. These are shift keys, control keys, alt keys, window keys. All right. So these are the different keys through which escape keys. These are the control keys. These keys are either used alone or they are used in combination. Combination as in, like, if you remember, I told you control plus Z, control plus Z to undo, control plus X to cut. So this is the combination. Okay. Function keys. Function keys are used to perform a specific task, a particular task. They have been assigned a particular task. These keys are placed on the top row of the keyboard. Where are they? Can anyone find? Here it is. F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8, F9, F10, F11, and F12. So that means F stands for function and 1 is the number. From F1 till F12, there are 12 function keys. Okay, and each function key has different task. Numeric keypad. Where you will find numeric keypad? Numeric keypad you will find on the left side, sorry, on the right side of the keyboard. Okay, so to use this right side of the keys, what you need to do is you have to first press the numlock key. When you press the numlock key, a green light will appear on the keyboard, and after that you can press these number keys, numeric keypad keys. See, you can see numlock, then there is a slash, stands for division, asterisk sign, it is for multiplication, this is subtraction sign, this is addition, enter to go to the next line, then you have full stop, and this is 0. All right. Now, the last is navigation keys. Navigation keys means to move in the document. How can you move in the document? With the help of arrow keys, up arrow, down arrow, left arrow, and right arrow. With the help of page up and page down key. With the help of delete key. This is your delete key. And insert key. All right. All these keys are your which keys? Navigation keys. Navigation means, what is the word, what is the meaning of this word navigation? Navigation means to move through the document from one page to another page, from one line to another line. Now, the next part, the next main part of a computer is mouse. You know what is a mouse? Mouse is a pointing device. I'm not talking about this mouse, I'm talking about computer mouse. Okay, let me type computer mouse, otherwise it will show you the picture of a rat. Mouse, what is it? It is a pointing device. Why it is known as a pointing device? Because it has this arrow. Can you see this arrow on the screen? This arrow which I'm moving, that is why it is known as a pointing device. With the help of this pointer, with the help of this mouse, we can move the pointer. See? All right. And the mouse is connected to the CPU. Okay. If you see, if you have a desktop, then you can see that your mouse is actually connected with a CPU. And if you have a laptop also, then also you can buy another mouse from the market, and you can attach it in your laptop as well. Now, how many buttons does a mouse has? Mouse has 2 buttons, left mouse button and right mouse button. And in between left and right mouse button, we have a scroll wheel. I have explained you about mouse in class 2 also. Okay. When we move the mouse with our hand, a pointer on the screen also moves. When you move the mouse, the pointer on the screen also moves. Okay, in the same direction. If I'm moving my mouse towards right side, the pointer will go towards right side. If I'm moving the mouse towards left side, the pointer will move towards the left side. Nowadays, the scroll mouse is more in use. That has a scroll wheel in the center of the two buttons. See, you can see in the picture as well. These days, we are using a scroll mouse. Why we are using a scroll mouse? Because we have a scroll wheel over here. What is the job of scroll wheel? What does the scroll wheel does? The scroll wheel helps to move the page. Okay. Now there are other hardware devices which are discussed in the book. We'll go one by one. These were the four main parts of the computer. Okay. Monitor, keyboard, CPU and mouse. But there are other hardware devices of a computer. Let's go one by one. The first is touchscreen. You know what is touchscreen? A very good example is your smartphone, tablets. Okay, these touchscreen, a touchscreen is actually a computer screen and it is very sensitive to the touch. It is very sensitive. We can select the objects directly by touching with fingers without using any pointing device. Now, when you work on the smartphone, do you need any mouse pointer for that? No. What do? You simply put your index finger on the icons on your Facebook or WhatsApp or whatever you want to open or any game, and it just get open. Okay, because your finger is actually a pointer over here. Okay. Scanner. What is the job of scanner? The scanner actually scans the entire page, and on that page whatever the text or the reading material is there or any picture is there, it scans each and everything. These are all the scanners. For example, I want to scan any page. So what I will do, I'll put that page inside this here. Okay, and I will close this and press the button. What the scanner will do, it will scan the entire page and that entire page will come up on the screen. This is the job of a scanner. It is a device that reads the text or pictures printed on a paper, okay, and translates the information into a form that only a computer understands. There are basically three types of scanners: flatbed scanner, sheet fed scanner, and handheld scanner. Let me show you the picture as well. First is flatbed, FLAT. These are flatbed. We were using earlier, not right now. Okay. Then we have sheet fed. These are sheet fed. You have to, it works like a printer. Okay, you have to put the page over here and it will get scanned. And last is handheld. This is handheld scanner. Yes, you must have seen in your shopping malls in there. Okay, these are your handheld scanners. Printer, you know what is the job of a printer? What does the printer do? It actually prints the page. Okay, what does a printer do? Printer, it prints on paper output that you see on the computer, and whatever the printed output that you see on the paper is known as hard copy. So what is the difference between soft copy and hard copy? Soft copy means whatever you're seeing on the monitor screen, that is your soft copy. And when you have the same thing on a printer in on a printout as a printout, then that becomes the hard copy. The next hardware device is plotter. What is a plotter? A plotter is also a kind of printer. Okay, it is also used for computers only, but the size of the plotter is very big. Okay, you can see on your screen the size of a plotter is big. Now what is the use of plotter? It is used to print on paper, very large size of papers. You can see the size of the paper is very large. When these plotters are used, when we have to make any, and we have to get the printout on a bigger size of paper, on a large size of paper. Plotters print their output by moving colored pens across the surface of a piece of a paper. They are generally used for flex printing. They can draw complete line art, including text, but do so very slowly because of the mechanical movement of the pens. What happens? It works really slowly because you have to get the large printout. Okay, and also it is a color printout. Have you seen any flex? Huh? Have you seen any flex printing? That printing which is done on a flex paper, that is actually done on the plotters. Speakers, what are speakers? You know very well. Speakers are used to listen to the songs. When you're watching movies or any song, you connect the speakers. And speakers, what does it do? It actually gives you the output of the voice. Okay? Light pen. What is a light pen? It is also a hardware device. This is light pen. Earlier, when smartphone was introduced, with that, this light pen was also attached. Okay, it looks like a pen that can be used on a special pad. You can see here. Okay, where whatever you write on this pad is visible on the monitor. Whatever you're writing with this pen, it is visible on this screen of the special pad. Joystick. What is a joystick? With the help of joystick, you actually play game. It is used for playing. When you play your games, you use joystick. Okay? It is used for playing games. It helps to move the items on the screen. Pen drive. You all know what is a pen drive. What you can do in pen drive, you can save the important files, important documents. This is how it looks. Okay? Next is hard disk. Hard disk is also a hardware. Hard. It is also hardware. Why it is a hardware? Because you can touch and feel. This is the hardware. Hardware is actually, where is it put? Can anyone tell me? Hardware is present inside the CPU box. Okay, hardware is present inside the CPU box. And what is the work of hardware? Whatever files we are storing in computer, where it is stored? It is stored in hard disk. Okay, it is stored in a hard disk. And pen drive also. In pen drive also we can store the data. In hard disk also stores the data. Compact disc, you all know what is compact disc. CD, DVD. Okay, what does the CD do? CD also stores the data. Okay, it is round in shape. You can see on your screen. It is round in shape. Okay, and what does it do? We can store the data in a CD. What is the full form of CD? Compact disc. Microphone. What is a microphone? Microphone is also a hardware. Okay, Microsoft is also a hardware. What does the microphone do? Microphone helps to record our voice. Like right now you're listening to my audio. Okay, so who is doing this? Who is recording this entire voice? Which part of a computer is doing this? a microphone. Microphone is used to record our voice, okay, into the computer. It also helps us to talk to our friends through internet. So these are all different types of hardware devices.